What's up, guys? Over here bringing you week 10, the final week of the SBN, the Showdown Battle Network. And in this week, we're going to be facing off against OmegaJolteon and his team, the Chicago Carracostas. He is currently 8-1, so he's already assured a playoff spot. But we are, the San Antonio Luxrays, are still fighting for a spot. So potentially, if we win higher than 4-0, then we could possibly make it to playoffs and go against either PotatoJim or Hera, aka Heracrossnite. But we have to win big. We have to win big, and Surgeon of Death, as I mentioned the last week, Surgeon of Death has to lose pretty big. And Arcanium just has to lose in general, I think. If he wins, I can't. Because if he wins 1-0, if he wins like 1-0, I think, because he's -2 right now, then I can still make it. But I would have to win 6-0 at that point. Because I beat him, so I'm assuming I would advance, since I had the game against him. But it's a pretty difficult situation right now to make playoffs. At this point, I'm just playing to have fun. For the last game, I really didn't think I would be able to make playoffs. It was really hard, but we might as well just try our best in the last game and hopefully try to get a 6-0. So today here, as you can see, we brought Mega Venusaur, obviously, for the last game because Mega Venusaur is such a good mon. I freaking love this thing. I grew to love this thing a lot the past 3 weeks. I may not have done that much. The first game it got 3 kills, but after that it hasn't really done too much. But it's just so bulky and it's there, and it's a really good mon in general. So I really loved the fact that I traded for it. And we also have a Porygon here, which is also another Pokemon I've grown a newfound love for. It's just so tanky and bulky. Bulky and tanky are the same shit, but it's just so bulky. Like, honestly, I grew to love Vaporeon. And then we have Tom Robinson here, our Hippopotas, for the last game. It's just pretty much here to set up rocks. And I brought it also to scout out that Kartana, to scout out what item that Kartana was. I think that's all it was. I think that's all Hippopotas was for, though, to set up rocks and just do some scouting. And then I brought Thundurus here, our league MVP in kills, at least, because at this point no one can really catch up to it. The Porygon could if it like 6-0'd or something, but our Thundurus is 9-6 right now, I think, or 9-5, 9-6. It should be 9-6. He is the league. No, he's not the league leader in kills. He's our team leader in kills. And I like Thundurus. I actually really do like Thundurus. I think it's a really good mon. But I don't really want to say too much. I don't want to make this too long. And then we have Skuntank here. It's just there for the Bronzong, to be honest with you. To kill the Bronzong, and that's pretty much all it's there for. And we have Jirachi here, which is overall like a big threat. And then in his side, he has a Kartana, he has the Weavile, he has the Golurk, he has the Bronzong, the Mantine, and the Arcanine. And let's actually get into the battle. Let's get into the battle, right? Alright, so first, I lead off with my Hippopotas as he leads off with his, I'm gonna put this to normal, as he leads off with his Bronzong. I let off Hippopotas to get the rocks as soon as possible, because I don't think he can pretty much take it out. So I go for the rocks here as he goes into his Mantine, I guess expecting, like, for me to go for an Earthquake or something, but no, I don't think there's no point, because that thing gets Levitate, right? I'm pretty sure it does. But he goes to Mantine here, I guess, just to scout out what I wanted to do. Maybe it was for the Earthquake, I don't know, maybe he didn't have Levitate, I guess, I don't really know. But, he goes into his Mantine as I set up my rocks. I switch out into my Vaporeon, expecting a Scald, and he goes for the Toxic here, but that's not too bad, because I have Heal Bell, so I can just, get that out, or, take it away. Take out the status. So he switches out here into his Bronzong, I guess, to try to set up his rocks. As I go for a Wish here, I thought he would go for like a move or something, but this turn I take up the opportunity to go for Heal Bow as he sets up his rocks. I mean, I really couldn't prolong the rocks at all. I could have probably switched out to something else. Maybe Skunk Tank. I think probably Skunk Tank would have been a better thing. Like, I could have just healed Bow later and just switch out into my Skunk Tank and, you know, get some damage off this thing. Because that would have been nice to kill this thing early. But I couldn't do anything about the rocks. I knew there was no way for me to, like, stop him. So he sets up his rocks here as I get my wish back to 100%. And, I think right here he switches out into his Mantine, predicting a Scald. And it worked. I was actually not gonna go for the Scald, but I really didn't think he'd switch out. But I mean, what else can Bronzong do to me? He can't really do much. So that's a good. That was a good read on his part. I could have actually switched out too. I was actually debating to switch out into like something else, but I just go for the Scald. But that's not too bad because this thing can't really do much to me. I switch out here into my Jirachi, expecting a. I don't know. I expected a Nurse Slash, to be honest, and he didn't have one, so he switches out here into his Bronzong as I go for the U-turn because I had Thunder Punch, but I didn't want to use it yet because I knew he wasn't gonna stay in. I knew he wasn't gonna stay in, so I just went for the U-turn to get some momentum. So I switch into my Skunk Tank here to try to kill this thing as quick as possible. I mean, it's not really a big threat, but we go for the crunch here as we do 60-some%. Earthquake wasn't gonna kill anyway, so. That's pretty much it for the Bronzong. He just sacked it there, so I go for another crunch, and that is goodbye the Bronzong. The 6-0 is still alive. Not really. I don't know if I misplayed here, to be honest, but I don't think I did. I really didn't know what to switch into, and I knew an Icicle Crash. I wanted to switch to my Vaporeon, expecting the Icicle Crash, but at the same time I expected a knockoff, and in the end, I wanted to predict that he was gonna go for knockoff. So I was like, you know what? I'll stay in, and I'll go for the Poison Jab because that does about half or more than half. So I think he'll go for knockoff, predicting me to go for Vaporeon. So like, I mean, there's no point in going for Icicle Crash, but I go for Poison Jab. As he goes for Icicle Crash, he lands, he kills my Sun Tank, and there goes my chance for the 6-0. So that's pretty much, you know, I could still win 4-0, 5-0, but it's really hard at this point. 6-0 was my best bet, honestly my best bet to potentially make playoffs. But at this point, I really didn't have much to fight for, to be honest with you. But I go to my Venusaur here, predict I can what's it called? I can take an Icicle Crash. I think it's a 3-hit KO, but. I Mega Evolve here, and he goes for the Icicle Crash, and it does about half, a little bit less than half. So I'm like, that's doing a lot more than I thought it would. But then I realized he's not Life Orb. So I'm like, oh wait, he is not Life Orb. So he must be like Bandit or something, or I think it was Specs. I don't remember what it was. I'm stupid. I don't know moves. Hold on. Can I find this? I don't think I can, to be honest with you. Hold on, give me a minute. It was Bandit, okay. It was Adamant Bandit. It was an Adamant Bandit Weavile. So I'm like, wait a minute, no. I'm not gonna let my Venusaur die. I need this thing alive. So I switched out here into my Vaporeon, knowing he was a Bandit at this point. So I'm like, Icicle Crash is not gonna do anything to me. He missed anyway, so that's not too bad. Right here he goes for another Icicle Crash. I guess he just wants to sack this thing off, as I think I go for a Wish, or maybe I just go for the Scald. Yeah, I go for the Wish here, because then I can just Scald and kill this thing as he just leaves it there to die. So I go for the Scald, we kill, and we're back at full with Vaporeon, so that's not too bad. Right here, I think he goes into his Kartana. I predicted this thing to be Bandit or Scarfed. I think it was Bandit, yes. Yes, it's a Bandit or Scarfed. So I'm like, you know what? We live a Leaf Blade if he's Bandit. We live a Leaf Blade either way. Either if he's Bandit or Scarfed, I think. I don't remember. I don't remember the calcs. But if he's something else, like I calced Life Orb also. That definitely kills. It kills. It kills Vaporeon. So you know what? Right here, I just decided he's gonna go for Leaf Blade. So I'm just gonna go into my Venusaur to tank that, because I'm pretty sure we can tank that pretty well. He goes for Leaf Blade here. It does 13%, and I found out he is Life Orb. So I'm like, huh? Life Orb. That's interesting. I didn't think he would bring Life Orb. I don't really know Kartana that much, so I didn't know like a Life Orb was common or something. So I switch out my Venusaur here, predicting him to go for like some other move, probably like Smart Strike or something. I was hoping it would go for Smart Strike to kill me, because Smart Strike would kill at that range. I didn't want to risk Venusaur. I mean, he would have died anyways, no matter what move he used, except for Leaf Blade. I think my Venusaur would have lived. So I go into my Jirachi here as he makes a really good read and goes for the Night Slash. So that was a really good part. Oh, that was a really good play on his part. I did not expect him to go for Night Slash. Honestly, instead of going to my Jirachi, I could have gone into Hippo, like sack that thing and gain some momentum somehow. I don't really know. But my Jirachi dies, and at this point, it's pretty much I can't make playoffs anymore. So I go into my Thundurus here. I go to my Thundurus here because I can kill with HP Fire or a Thunderbolt. I can kill with Thunderbolt at this range. So I wanted to predict him going for Golurk, but I didn't want to do anything risky, so I just go for the T-Bolt here as he goes into his Golurk, and obviously he's immune, so that really doesn't do much. But I didn't really have much for this Golurk with Thundurus, so I couldn't really do much about that. So I go into my Vaporeon here as he goes for an Ice Punch. I knew that was coming, so that was a good play on my part. And he switches out into his Mantine here as I think I go for a Wish. I knew he was going to go for Mantine because, I mean, Water Absorb. So I just go for the Wish here. At this point, it doesn't really matter. And I go for Protect as he goes for a Scald. So it doesn't matter at this point because I'm Water Absorb Vaporeon. So right here, it just, like, it's back and forth because he just keeps going for fucking Scald. Like, that's all he does. Right here, I switch out into my Venusaur. And I kind of underestimated the rocks damage, to be honest with you. Wait, what's it called? Hold on. I go for Protect here as he goes for Scald, and then I go for Wish, right? I go for Wish here because I wanted to Wish Pass into my Venusaur. So I switched out into my Venusaur. I thought the rocks would do like 2% or 5%, and I knew we could live a Scald, and I knew he was going to go for a Scald. But the rocks did a little bit more damage, and there goes my Venusaur. So at this point, I'm like, well, yeah, there's my playoff hopes. There's nothing I'm fighting. I'm not fighting for anything anymore. He's not fighting for anything anymore. He can't get first place because he had to win 5-0. So I go into Thundurus here. Just wanted to kill anything. I go for T-Bolt, and I expected an extreme speed, but he doesn't go for that. So I just go for T-Bolt to kill this Arcanine. So goodbye Arcanine, and he goes into his Golurk here. I'm locked into Thunderbolt because I'm Scarfed. So I just go into my Vaporeon here as he doubles out into his Mantine. I could have potentially predicted that and go for Thunderbolt. I mean, it would have been ballsy for me to do, but that would have killed the Mantine, and I could have actually still won this match. If I would have killed this thing, I could have won because this thing was just literally there stalling me out. I mean, I don't know though. I really don't know because at that point he would have gone into his Golurk, and I would have gone into my Vaporeon. And he probably would have doubled out into his Kartana. I had to do some risky shit, like basically. But if I would have lost Thundurus, I would have lost because I needed Thundurus for Kartana. So, because Kartana kills both my Vaporeon and Hippopotas, but he goes into his he doubles out into his Mantine here as he goes for a Scald, and I obviously am freaking Water Absorbed, so that doesn't do anything to me. And I just go for Wish here and Protect, as he still goes for Scald. So at this point, I'm like getting pissed off. I'm just getting annoyed because this thing is really annoying me, and it's just there. I really wanted to Wish Pass into Thundurus, but I can't because Thundurus dies at this range, and he just goes for Scald here. I guess he wanted me to go for Thundurus. He wanted me to switch out into Thundurus. He did that, so like in case I do switch out into Thundurus, I can't Wish Pass into it. So at this point, he's like, oh, it has Water Absorb, and he's like, I didn't know. I was like, come on, dude, it was coming out like so many times, but whatever, it's fine. He goes for Toxic here, and he Toxics me. Finally, it's like done. And he goes for Scald as I just go for the freaking Heal Bell. So, I think right here I just go into my Hippo to sack this thing. As he goes for a Toxic, which I don't really care at this point. I'm just like, you know what? I just want this fucking match to end. I don't really care. He goes, I doubled out into my Vaporeon, predicting him to go for Scald, and he doesn't go for the Scald. But I can't fucking do anything to this thing. I can't do shit to this thing. So I switched into my I switched into Tom Robinson to get the Sandstorm up. But at this point he goes for Roost, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there I'm not even I'm like I just want to quit this match, to be honest with you. I don't really care anymore. He goes for Toxic here as I go for the I go for the Wish. I mean, what else can I fucking do? I can't really do anything. I want to get the momentum, but I can't because he's just staying in. He finally switches out into his Kartana here as I go for the Heal Bell, and we're back at full. But as I said, Life Orb does kill at this range. Life Orb Leaf Blade does kill at this range, so I just go for Protect here to scout out what he wanted to do as he does go for the Life Orb. But I really can't win anymore. I go into my Tom Robinson to sack him to sack him off. So goodbye Robinson, and I have to go into my Thundurus here because Thundurus pretty much kills at this range. But I go for the HP Fire because HP Fire would have killed anyways. That thing is frail as hell, and I knew he was gonna switch into Golurk, and that does 19%. That does nothing. It's like a joke, literally a joke. So I go for another HP Fire as he goes for some Headbutt and crits, but it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that would have killed anyways. I don't really think that mattered. I didn't have Dark Pulse though, so it doesn't really matter. And he had Cobra Berry, so I wouldn't have won anyways. I didn't have Dark Pulse though, so I go for the Scald here. Killing the Golurk, and he just goes into his Kartana here, and he Leaf Blades to win. And that is it for the match. We lost 2-0 to Omega. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the run, the 6-0 that we wanted to. I think I played pretty poorly. I don't really know. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I guess I played okay. Anyways, that's pretty much it for me. I'm done with the SBN. This was the last match for me in the SBN. I'd like to thank Tahara for having me in, and we finished off 4-6 in the league, and this is our first ever league completed. So I guess we did pretty decent, you know, for the first ever league we actually finished. Because in the PPC we were 4-2, but I ended it after that. I didn't want to battle anymore, and I decided to stick through with this one to the very end, and we end up 4-6. Unfortunately, we didn't make playoffs, and we didn't really have a record that I would have liked to have. But I mean, it was for a first league. It's okay. So that's it for me. Again, I'm all over the place, but again, I'd like to thank Hera for having me in the league. I really appreciate him inviting me. And I really appreciate the fact that I joined. I met some pretty cool people, some really nice people. And you know, I did pretty decent, you know, like I said, for my first league. And I think, hopefully whatever next league I'm in, which is potentially the PPC, I'm probably gonna wait for that to join that again whenever it starts up. But that's still a long ways to go. So. Hopefully I'll join that, and we'll be in another league. But for now, I'm not gonna be in a league because I want to focus on school and my schoolwork, and I don't want to be a bother to any other people, you know, having to schedule matches like on Saturdays every freaking time. So, what's it called? What else did I want to say? I think that's pretty much it. I actually did want to say something, but I don't remember. But right. I don't know why I clapped right in the mic, but right. Anyways, I'd like to thank Aaron, my coach. Well, he is my coach, my mentor, my teacher, Aaron2420, for helping me out team build pretty much the whole league. You know, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for helping me out so much for this whole team. I really appreciate it. I hope I wasn't a bother to you or anything like that, but I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there for me. The whole time, and believing me, and you know, just thinking that I had a chance, you know, helping me and supporting me. But that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure to check out Aaron. He's a really cool guy. I'll probably have his link to his channel in the description below, so make sure to check him out. He's a really cool battler. He's a good battler. I think he is a good battler. But he is my teacher, and the person that helped me team build. But that's it for me, guys. I don't want to make this thing too long, so I will see you guys I don't know, in the next video. There's no more SBN. This is the last match. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for everyone supporting me. And I will see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed. And peace out.